Right, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Dixon here with MLM Monday, episode 147. Looking forward to connecting with each of you here today as we're going live and pumped to have you here. So, as we're jumping into the topic today, we're going to be talking about the gold around the corner and the map of success. This is really great content that I hope will be an encouragement to you as you're building both your direct sales company, as your corporate executives running a direct sales team. This can make all the difference in the world. If you're joining us live, go ahead and comment below watching live. If you're watching on replay, you're at lunch today, comment below watching on replay. Wherever you're watching from, it's always great to see where people are calling in from as they get a chance to connect. So as we're talking through this content today, the topic is the gold that's around the corner. What do we mean by that? When you start your direct sales company, you'll have an idea or a thought of, this is it. This is that product or service in this way that's gonna change the market. You'll have that idea, and then you release that, you launch that, and you're out there in the marketplace. And it could be a year or 2 years, and then you see like, oh man, if we just changed it just a little bit like this, and if we thought about it in a new way, man, that would make the whole difference in the world. And then another year later, you may think of something that wasn't even possible 3 years ago, but only because you've been on that journey, faithfully running your business for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, did that thing truly occur. I think about stories like my friend and client Orion Saleh with his companies in Zeno. Thank you, Art Jonak, and all those guys out there who did some incredible stuff. So Orion started his company as a coffee company selling coffee, right? And then over the years, they started doing their blood tests, and it was when they got to their blood tests and selling nutrition, they really started to take off. But if they had just said, "Oh yeah, we're just going to be a coffee company and only be a coffee company," never would have been able to achieve what they were able to achieve today. I know this is true in my own life here inside of NaXum. This summer is my 10th summer, so 10 years in a row running the team, working with my partner Rod at NaXum. We've been building software and tools for direct sales companies all over the world for 10 years. And a little team of under 7 people when we first started. There's over 50 of us here now. It's just an absolutely incredible journey. But we started with marketing systems way back in 2010, capture pages, CRM, autoresponders, all those tools that you need to win today when you're building business over the phone and online. And then around the corner as you keep building, doing success, social media sharing tools, blogging systems, even started doing commission engines and shopping carts and say other tools of running an actual direct sales company back in 2013. And you in 2013 you're like, all right, that's it, that's the complete system for someone to run a direct sales company. And then in 2018 we said, oh my gosh, all of our clients, they got lots of information and data after people are members or customers, but very little data on how they're becoming members and customers. Oh, hey, wait, look at this trend over here. The gig economy and Uber and Lyft, these programs are just telling people what to do next instead of them hoping that the distributors read reports to know what to do next. There's systems smart enough to just look at triggers and tell people what to do each part of their day to go build their business. And you could mimic the experience of a top leader sitting next to the newest person on the team. Wouldn't that be incredible? And it's those kinds of conversations that only happened 8 years into doing the business, 8 years into what's possible. And so I share that with you to think about it, is you got to check that out, that our big breakthrough that's changing hundreds of thousands of people's lives, all these people's lives now, has been predictive actions, and it didn't come till 8 years in my own personal journey. So think about that for a second, is that you got to keep your eyes open every day. You got to learn from the good and the bad, and you got to do something about it. You got to write it down. You got your journal, right? I love this. I use Grant Cardone's 10x planner. I live out of this every day. You got to write it down. You got to make it real. You got to learn, every day, and the gold is around the corner. Consistency is important, people. Deciding to keep going even when it stinks, even when it's hard, even when it sucks. I haven't met anyone who accomplished anything great, truly great, that had an obstacle-free rise to success. I'm sure you guys have seen this picture of what success looks like, and it has this graph bar chart of what people think success looks like, of these nice little peaks and valleys on the road to success. And then it says what success is really like, and it's all these squiggly marks everywhere, and then the arrow out of success. And the truth is that it does feel like that. There's Andy Grove, the CEO of Intel, that guided Intel through the change from the memory business to the processor business in the 80s, 90s. Wrote a book called High Output Management, and in High Output Management, he he talks about how you have these strategic inflection points in your company. And a strategic inflection point is that moment that when you make that one change, it changes everything for good. And some of you miss out on strategic inflection points because you're not looking, and you don't stick to it long enough. You give up too quick. And so I want to have this video today be an encouragement to those of you that are like just feeling like, hey, it's just not happening. Encouraging you to be self-aware, encouraging you to ask why, encouraging you to go ask, is there strategic inflection points here? Is there something that we could just do totally different that would be so much better for our program? And then what would we need to actually even know that? Are we making decisions off of data, or are we making decisions off of our guts and assumptions? There's another author who runs the most successful hedge fund in the world, Ray Dalio, wrote his book Principles. If you're not following him here on Facebook, you should be. It's amazing. And he talks about creating a culture in your company that's an idea meritocracy, where the best idea wins all the time. And how that doesn't normally happen, like a place where you make decisions without ego, but where people actually have the data and make decisions based off of the best idea winning at a company. And if I can offer anything inside of the direct sales space, from all the work, the team and the engineers and everyone here works so hard on every day, I wish each of you at your direct sales companies actually had the data on what's working and not for your company, so you could make better decisions for your people. The biggest pain I've seen is just great, well-intentioned people working their tails off to run wonderful direct sales companies, putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, and still needing to make decisions off of assumptions and not having the real information. What I do in the space today, and what we plan to continue to do in big ways, is fill in those blanks for you. Not here to say our culture is better than your culture on how to build a direct sales business, but if you still don't have the data, if your country managers in each country do not know exactly what is getting new customers and new members into your company, then you're missing out. We did a powerful webinar last week there was 10 different owners of MLM companies on the webinar. There were like 11 for a little bit. It was 10, 11. It was a group presentation. It was private. They couldn't see who's who. We were doing this presentation. And it's amazing to see what's possible for people when they can get access to the real information of what's working, what's not in their field. It just means they can make so many better decisions. If you'd like to see even a replay of the webinar we did last week, send me a message here on Facebook, and I'm glad to get that to you. But as you're going throughout your week, know that the gold is around the corner. Stay consistent and ask yourself, hey, if you're feeling stuck, hey, are we at a point of a strategic inflection point? Is there something we can do right now that changes everything? Is there the one thing, as Gary Keller would say from Keller Williams, is there a one thing that would change everything? What is that in this moment? Be well, my friends. We'll talk with you soon. Bye for now.